Hey everyone, Christian here, and this is going to be a vlog on more date palms that are kicking the bucket. So I'm going to go over here first. You can see I'm in a kind of in a somewhat busy intersection here, and well, it's not busy right now, but come rush hour, it's miserable. And up here, you see a perfectly healthy, pretty much just it looks like it's some sort of date hybrid with Sylvestris. It doesn't look like a true date. You can see the leaves are bipinnate, but they're just not quite, they're a little bit too plumose to kind of be just a true date. Um, and it's really not taking, there's no irrigation, there's no fertilization going on. It's just been here forever. Probably since this place opened in sometime in the late 80s, maybe early 90s. So, but it's looking healthy though. It doesn't really have much of a deficiency going on there. No, not much yellowing. So, it doesn't really need care. Now, we go over here and you can see a dead, looks like the base of a strangler fig. And if you go up here, it looks like a miniature tiki hut that's a little bit too tall. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but the crown is just basically just fallen over, and the leaves are obviously just drooping. So, what has caused this? The answer to that really comes down to take your choice. There's Fusarium wilt. There's Ganoderma, which is unlikely because there are no conchs at the base, and they do affect phoenix species, but I don't see it very often. The fact that this strangler fig is also dead and they're quite hardy plants makes me feel like it's something that's just kind of taken over the entire. It must have affected the strangler fig as well, and it's pretty aggressive. So I think because the strangler fig is very symbiotic with a lot of palms, that that something must have just sucked the life out of this plant. So there is palmetto weevils, once they sense weakness, they will come in and finish off the job. So this may not have completely died of just one thing. It may have started weakening due to like a Fusarium wilt or the blight that's been going around, the virus that's also been killing palmettos. And these are still actually, even though these are pinnate palms, they're the only coryphoid pinnate palms, I believe, in the world. There might be some other genera, but I can't think of them offhand. And so they're distant relative of sables. So the fact that they might be affected by the same blight that palmettos are being affected by is possible and even likely. So it could be that this thing just kicked the bucket, just like the palmetto I have in my other video, or it could be that it just succumbed to too much humidity over the summer. But it's likely going to be something like a virus, and then weevils kind of taking over. So you can see here, we'll get a little bit closer. I don't have my my vlog stick with me, so it might be a little bit shaky. But you can see that there was once water going to this plant. It even has aerial roots basically at almost at my chest height there. And it looks like everything just kind of dried up. I mean, you can see that's withering away. I mean, this palm died within a week. I mean, it's also possible it was a lightning strike, but we haven't had a whole lot of lightning lately, and usually that happens to, I rarely see it happen to phoenix, even this tall. It usually happens to taller palms like Washingtonias, mostly Bismarcks. They seem to be a big magnet for lightning. So just like the Canary Island date that this happened to was actually just across the street there. There's just a stump left over, but it really is concerning because there's a lot of these around. I mean, the other date that I filmed, that hybrid that was clumping, that was just about 200 yards down this road here. And to see all of these old dates that already kind of, Venice planted a lot of these in the 80s. They were very popular. They were known to be cold hardy, and there was a lot of cold snaps in the 80s and early 90s. And they went through all of them, where some of the other stuff like coconuts and Christmas did not go through those, and they all died, or most of them died. So these were kind of like the bulletproof plants of the late 20th century. And it's kind of surprising to kind of suddenly see something just come out of nowhere and just kind of kill them. the best way to determine really what's going on, I didn't go on to the website, but the University of Florida actually does a lot of research on this. And if you go to uf.ifas.edu, I believe that's the address, you can see what's happening to which palms in Florida, as well as a lot of other plants. And they do a lot of research on what's causing these issues, what's causing the palmetto blight. There's some issues with pseudophoenix species. So, but this is, again, even though there are others around happening, this is relatively isolated. There's a ton of Canary Island dates around here, and they're all looking good, but they'll just suddenly just die out of nowhere. It isn't a slow decline. It happens like at the longest a week total before it just becomes a large tiki hut, or tiki umbrella, I should say. And it's a little bit concerning. So, I mean, if you look around, well, there's actually no other palms in this parking lot, and usually you can see a little skyline of dates, somewhere in the distance. But right here, there really isn't a good view except for this one here. So hopefully this one will not be affected. It's looking pretty healthy. It's not showing any signs. You can see up there the leaves are getting a little bit shorter than, say, the leaves down here. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. It could be just a little bit stressed out. When they start to brown or start to fall, start to kind of like hang way below when they should be hanging upwards, and they start to kind of like crack and fall at the horizontal, that's when it starts, you start to kind of be concerned. But there's nothing you can really do about it except for chop them down. So anyway, that's going to be it for this vlog. I'm sorry there's a little bit of a sabbatical going on there with the videos, but this will be uploaded shortly, and I'm going to get out of traffic here. But if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and hit that notification. I do go live. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll see many other palm vlogs like this. And if you have any questions about declining palms in Florida or elsewhere, feel free to comment down below or send me an email at the email that is in the description. So I will see everyone later. Thanks for watching.